This is called cross training or cross education. Yes, this is going to feel a lot more difficult in the start. All the force required to pick up the right dumbbell would be generated by my arms and my chest muscles, and the knee involvement will be very minimal. And if your injury is not chronic, there is no reason why you should skip your workouts. You do not need to lift heavy all the time. This again is an isolation movement. Hi guys, welcome back to a YouTube channel. We are going to do a training video today, but it is going to be a bit different. I have been suffering from a knee injury for the last 1 month, but that's not an excuse to miss the gym for the entire month. Get to know how you can train even when you're injured, and hopefully this video can motivate you to hit the gym even in the worst of circumstances. Of course, we are not going to train this leg directly with weights because it's not completely healed yet. There is still some discomfort and inflammation. We'll cover in a future video giving all the details about what happened with the right knee. For now, we can tell you that there's some problem with the meniscus of the right knee, which has caused extreme joint effusion or swelling in the knee. Done some lightweight chest presses as warm-up because push-ups cause undue pressure on the knee. Goes without saying that when your body is not at 100%, do not lift too heavy, or in some extreme cases, do not lift at all or lift very light weights. You can see that I'm carrying one dumbbell at a time to the bench. This is because I'm trying to avoid as much pressure as I can on my right foot. Here also you can see that I'm not initiating the momentum using my knee, which is generally the case when you're doing a dumbbell press. Rather, I have lifted the weights from my upper thigh. See how my left leg is in a natural position while I'm doing a dumbbell press, which is the flex state, while my right foot is in an extension position to avoid jerks or some other problems to the knee. You can take further precaution by keeping a stepper or something elevated just under the right knee. Doing my last set with a 30 kg dumbbell, which can be a very heavy weight, especially when you're injured. But this is not my first time that I'm hitting the gym after getting injured. I'm into the 4th week of recovery now, and I know what I'm doing at this point. Make sure that when you get back to the gym while recovering from an injury, you take small steps. If you can't lift up a dumbbell from the ground or you're suffering from back issues, then stick to the machines or tell someone to pick the dumbbell for you. See closely how I'm going to generate momentum for this heavy chest press set while being injured. The left knee would be responsible to generate the momentum, and all the force required to pick up the right dumbbell would be generated by my arms and my chest muscles, and the knee involvement will be very minimal. See how the knee has been kept in an extended position throughout the exercise. Dumbbell pressing is a safer alternative as compared to the bench press, and when you are injured it makes even more sense to stick to this. Make sure there's room available before you thump the dumbbells on the floor, or it can lead to further injury. Even if you are injured, just try to keep the dumbbells as close to the rack as possible if completely re-racking them is not an option. Machines can be a safer option as compared to barbells and dumbbells when you're suffering from a leg injury. Doing this pec deck machine, which activates the muscle fibers in a similar way as normal dumbbell chest flies would do, but here our leg is stable and we are able to perform the movement quite easily. Notice how when I'm getting up, I'm using majority of force generated from the left leg. Training the rear delts by using the same machine but sitting in an opposite way and doing some adjustments to the handle. This is a great exercise for your rear delts and it's very safe too, but make sure your shoulders are well warm up or you can hurt your socket joint. Make sure when your shoulders are fully extended towards the backside, you pause it for a second and feel the burn in your rear delts. This is an isolation exercise. Don't lift too heavy and focus fully on the form. There are some exercises in which you can't keep your knee fully extended, but that's alright because this again is an isolation movement. Unlike some heavy chest press, which is a compound movement and can drive a lot of force from the knees. If you cannot extend or flex your knee for a small amount of time without pain, then obviously it's too early to hit the gym. Obviously, you can't train your back with deadlifts, pendlay rows or some other heavy compound movements such as T-bar rows because they will put too much pressure on the knee and will make things worse. Don't even try to do them with an injured knee. Here this machine, which targets the mid back, is a great choice for hitting the back. Notice how the reps are slow and controlled, and I'm giving a pause at the end of each concentric movement. You do not need to lift heavy all the time. If you do the right movement with the right pace, it gets the job done. Just an hour before this workout, the news had broken that Federer had announced his retirement from professional tennis. Being a huge fan of him for so many years, a true inspiration. Wore this RF cap for the first time on this special day. Coincidentally, he was suffering from knee issues on the right knee itself for more than a couple of years. Do not neglect the importance of unilateral training while you are injured. That is training the uninjured limb while your regular limb stays at rest or in a comfortable position. This is called cross training or cross education, and it might sound absurd, but studies have shown that doing so not only prevents the muscle loss in the uninjured limb but it has a direct effect on the injured limb or leg by slowing down the rate of atrophy, or you can say in simple words that the amount of muscle that would be wasted while the leg is injured is reduced to quite some extent. Not only this, but when you have fully recovered and you are good to train again, you do not have to start from zero, but you still have some substantial base to begin from. Yes, this is going to feel a lot more difficult in the start than what you expect because you never experienced unilateral training, but it's way better than being sedentary. The key takeaway is to be active even while you're injured, and if your injury is not chronic, there is no reason why you should skip your workouts. There's always a way out. If your lower body is injured, continue to work your upper body using some form of resistance training. Likewise, if your upper body is injured, work your lower body by doing cardio or some lower body weight training. Work with what you have. Movement or physical activity in some form will definitely promote clarity of thought and improve mental health, which has a chance of going down when you are just injured and lying down on the bed. If you have a serious injury, make sure to consult your healthcare professional or doctor before you hit the gym or do any kind of physical training. Or if it's just been 48 hours since you injured yourself, do not hit the gym. Let your wound or muscles heal to some extent before you start training them again. But in the long term, you need to be active as soon as possible or do some form of movement. You cannot be sedentary all the time if your injury is taking more than 2 weeks to recover. Do share this video with a friend who is currently injured and demotivated. Do not forget to hit the like button and comment down below what videos you want us to cover next. More workout videos are in the training playlist. Do check it out and do subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and turn on that bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching.